everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do my perfume collection, and God, I'm so excited for this video because I actually think that I'm at a place right now where I'm very satisfied with the perfumes that I actually have and I don't feel like I need to buy anymore. So yeah, without any further ado, let's just get straight to the video. Also, I'm terrible at describing scents, so I'll be leaving the notes somewhere. I'm not sure where I'll be inserting them yet, but yeah, they'll be there so that you guys don't have to worry about it. So the first perfume that I'm going to talk about is Gold Couture by Juicy Couture. This is again one of the part of their Viva la Juicy line, and this one's supposed to be the more gourmandy kind of scent. It smells like caramel, it's super warm, and it's actually really nice. Like, this is actually one of my favorite scents to smell from the collection. The only downside to this is it is not very long lasting. I have to go with at least, like, I don't know, 8 to 10 sprays of this if I want to actually make it last and make people smell me. Otherwise it'll just go unnoticed, which is obviously not something that any of us want. Oh, also, the first time that I actually bought this perfume, like the first few sprays were very citrusy, and I think this definitely has a citrus note there somewhere. It's supposed to be like either in the middle or the bottom notes. Can be the top note either. I'm not actually sure. But it smelled very citrusy and I was so turned off. I was like, oh my god, what the hell did I buy? Because I hate citrus scents. And I'm more of like a gourmand, sweet, warm kind of girl. So I was like, oh my god, I hate this. But it wears off after a while. Like, you just, I don't know. I think the sweeter notes come later. So like, don't completely disregard this just because it smells a little citrusy in the start. It smells amazing. So that is Juicy Couture by Viva la Juicy. The next perfume I have is I keep it in this. It's the Pink Sugar by Aquolina, and I actually keep this in this because this perfume oxidizes super fast. Like, it literally changes, like, it stays in that, and I only take it out to like spray it on sometimes, and it still become like this weird yellowish tinge. It's even more when you keep it out. So it actually turns literally like the color of piss. So, I mean, obviously that is not what somebody wants. So that is why I always keep it in this box. This is what it comes in. I'm not sure if this is available in India, however. My brother got it for me. Now, well. Okay, so scent-wise, I have to say something about this perfume. Everybody says that this is so sickly sweet that they can't wear it, which is probably why I was drawn to it in the first place. I want the sweetest of them all, right? But this perfume is actually, I don't know how to describe it. So when you smell it straight from the bottle, it smells really sharp, almost like, imagine that you're melting sugar in a pot and you sniff it. It's got that very sharp, sweet smell. This is exactly what this perfume smells like. I'm actually surprised there's any notes other than sugar in this, because it's literally straight up what it smells like. But the thing is that when you actually put it on your body, it warms up and it kind of becomes like your personal fragrance, and you just smell like sweetness, and that sharpness kind of wears off. And this is actually one of the most long-lasting perfumes I own, and this is cheaper than most of my perfumes, so that says a lot. So yeah, I mean, this is an amazing fragrance. If you guys want to like try this, actually give this a shot, because on the body it actually smells a lot better than it does like straight from the bottle. So this is Pink Sugar by Aquolina. Okay, so the next perfume I have is one of the cheaper celebrity fragrances. Even though if you live in India, you know that you can't even get them that cheap. Like, this one cost me 3,000 rupees, which is a lot, but I mean, it's fine. Okay, so this perfume again has that sharpness that Pink Sugar has. They don't smell much alike. Like, this one definitely has that, I can't really describe the kind of smell this has, but this is different, in a weird way. They're both, I think Pink Sugar is sweeter if anything, but this one's got that sharp smell that does not go away even after I put it on the body. This is one of the only fragrances in my collection that actually gives me a headache. So I guess, I don't know. I love the scent, but yeah, I mean, this is a good fragrance. I'm not saying that it's a terrible fragrance, but if you can get past like that sharpness that it has in that scent, that kind of makes you like go back a little, then sure, this is good for you. I personally really can't get past it, so I barely ever wear it. It's all my mom. So okay, so the next perfume I have is Cleopatra by Tocca, and this is what the bottle looks like. It's pretty, but I expected it to look a lot better. I think the sticker kind of just ruins the appearance, but that's just me. Oh my, this smells like such a complex perfume. I think this is supposed to have a lot of grapefruit in it. I can smell that just a little bit, but this is like one of those fragrances. Now, first of all, this is not really like your typical sweet scent. It has very like slight sweetness to it. It's feminine, but in a like this almost smells strong, but not overpowering. But God, this is actually one of the harder fragrances to really describe. I'm already bad at it, but this just takes the cake for me. This smell is very distinctive. Like if someone was wearing this, I would be instantly able to tell. And I've not actually smelled a lot of fragrances that smell like this. Actually, I've never smelled any fragrance that smells like this, which says a lot. Because a lot of these, even like the designer perfumes, have a lot of dupes, and sometimes you'll just be like roaming around the streets, and especially La Vie est Belle by Laurent, like everybody seems to be wearing that, and they're not. It's just some random perfume that happens to smell like La Vie est Belle. So that's that. But this is actually one of my favorite perfumes. I just bought it, and it's obviously new, as you can tell. This is the 50 ml, and yeah, this is Tocca Cleopatra. Okay, so the next perfume that I have is Bonbon by Viktor&Rolf. Again, not sure if you get Viktor&Rolf in India. Actually, I'm pretty sure you don't. At least not where I live. So, but if you guys ever get a chance to purchase this, please do. Okay, so again, this is one of the sweeter fragrances, but this is a very different kind of sweetness from the ones that I've described in like Pink Sugar and Fantasy. First of all, this smells a little bit more mature. Not like C though. C has a very different kind of maturity. This smells like all the like bubblegum and candies and that stuff, but somehow more refined to and like blended together kind of perfectly to smell like almost mature, you know. Also, I love the bottle. It's so cute. It's got like this ombre thing going on with the pink and its bow. It's amazing. And yeah, quite literally, it smells exactly like its name. It smells like a candy, and I love it. The only qualm I have with this is that it doesn't actually last very long. It lasts like all my other average perfumes, but this costs way more. Viktor&Rolf perfumes are so freaking expensive. So I mean, I wouldn't repurchase this, but if you guys are ever there and if this is your style, if you like sweeter scents, then please give this a try, because this is actually a really, really pretty scent. Okay, so the next perfume I have is Guess Seductive, and this smells like the most generic perfume out there. I don't even want to spend too much time talking about this. This is what the bottle looks like. I don't know about you guys, maybe some of you like it, maybe it just suits, like it sits well on your skin or whatever, but this is not for me. I don't know. I think this smells just like nothing. Like this is nothing, and that's I don't know. I'm sorry, but no. The next perfume I have here is Eternity by Calvin Klein, and this is like the weird tiny bottle that it is in, and this is actually one of the more popular fragrances. I think a lot of you might actually know it or have seen it somewhere. Basically, this perfume is supposed to be mature, definitely like a little bit more mature, very approachable. I feel like this is not that intimidating kind of mature scent. This is like an approachable working environment, non-offensive kind of scent, and it's actually quite nice. This has character, unlike Guess Seductive, so this is that. The next perfume I have is Noir by Versace, and this is actually one of my favorite scents ever, like in the history of fragrances. Oh my god. First of all, coconut happens to be one of my favorite notes. This is what the bottle looks like. Coconut happens to be one of my favorite notes, and this smells exactly like coconut, but better. Like, coconuts are usually super tropical and fruity and all that stuff. This is dark and sexy and coconutty. Like all the three things that I love in a perfume blended into one. It's also super warm. I can definitely see myself wearing this more in the winters than the summers, but this is an amazing scent. I would definitely recommend it to anybody who ever wants to try a new perfume. I feel like you can get it for cheaper nowadays since it's kind of old now. This was released way back when, so definitely give this perfume a try. The next perfume I have is Couture Viva by Davidoff. This actually happens to be my first ever perfume. My brother gifted it to me. This has a lot of notes, weirdly enough. Like, listen, I'm not saying this smells bad. This smells good. Like, it smells like laundry. Not in a bad way. Like, not the laundry kind of laundry. This is what I want my laundry to smell like, if that makes sense. This smells like the freshest, most aquatic ocean that is there in the world. And I feel like this is a very replicable scent. You can find a lot of fragrances like this, you know, the ones that are the very like clean, crisp, aqua kind of scent. I don't actually wear it on my body much. I usually spray my clothes with it when I feel like they don't smell that good, which I know should never happen, but sometimes, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures, and this is my desperate measure. I don't smell it on my body simply because I'm more of a sweet person, and I feel like this does not just doesn't go with me as a whole, and I don't know. But this is a really good scent, though. For anybody who likes fresh scents, this is actually the perfect scent for you. Most non-offensive, work-friendly fragrance that I have in my collection, by far. So, this is Couture Viva by Davidoff. So the next perfume I have is Black Opium by Laurent. I think I butchered that. YSL, basically. This is supposed to be their coffee kind of perfume. It's definitely strong. I have to give the scent that. This is like one of the stronger, sweeter, warmer fragrances. Usually, most of my sweet and warm fragrances have that softness to them. This is very strong. This is like pow in your face. Honestly, initially when I bought this, this actually gave me headaches. But now it doesn't. Like, it doesn't give me headaches anymore. It's an amazing scent. The only problem is it actually, again, doesn't last very long on my skin. It's just, it is one of those scents that a lot of people own nowadays, but it's still one of the, you know, classic kind of favorites. This was all over social media. I remember, like, when this came out, everybody was raving about this, and for good reason. This is actually the kind of scent that maximum majority of people will like. So that is Black Opium. I'm sorry, I forgot the name of that. So this is Black Opium by YSL. The next perfume I have is Candy by Prada, and I swear, I wear it and it still like does not stay there. The scent just disappears. Now, this is actually one of those fragrances that I don't know what to say about this, because I love the scent. It's that warm, even this almost smells a little bit like coconut to me, like warm coconut, but not really. I mean, obviously the Versace Crystal Noir smells a lot more like coconut than this. Yeah, like this actually smells like sweet, obviously warm. Again, two of the things I love. If only this lasted on me. Oh my god, does it not last. This is like one of those things. I remember going into department stores and always putting this on, and for some reason the department store Prada used to last on me, and I bought it from that same store, and yet it does not last. I just feel like it's one of those things that if you really just give one spray, like that perfect spray with the perfect amount of like, I don't know, then it might last. Otherwise, this is just like, it disappears for some reason. Like, it leaves no trace. Like some perfumes at least leave a trace after they leave. This is just like gone. So yeah, but I do love this. I actually mix this with perfumes, and if you guys want, I can actually do a video on like mixing perfumes and how I, you know, mix them and whatever. But this is actually a really good scent, so try it, it might last on you, it doesn't last on me. The next perfume I have is Si by Giorgio Armani, and this is one of the most popular fragrances that I've ever heard of in my life. Oh god. Okay, again, one of my favorite smells in the whole wide world. This smells like a hug. Like if someone was wearing this, I'd probably never let them go because I'll keep smelling their neck. Again, this is one of those scents, just like Gold Couture, it kind of lingers. Like even after I've smelled it now, I feel like I'm still smelling it because my nose does not want to forget the fragrance, and that's such a weird thing that happens. I'm almost out of it. This is crazy expensive, and I don't think I'll actually be able to repurchase it for a while, but man, this is good. And this is supposed to be long lasting. Again, on me, I feel like fragrances just don't last unless I strategize and like really put them in places where I want to be smelled, and then they kind of do. But this one just, I don't know. I do still love wearing it though. Again, this is one of the perfumes that I layer with Prada Candy. So, again, one of my favorites. This is Si by Giorgio Armani. The next perfume that I have is this beautiful bottle that is everywhere. I feel like everybody has at least seen it, even if they've never smelled it in their life. This is Good Girl by Carolina Herrera. Oh god, this smells amazing. Okay, this is typically not the kind of scent that I would like, because it's not masculine, but it's got that masculinity to it. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like one of those scents that is just, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, you have to smell it for yourself. But yeah, it has that edgy kind of scent. It's, again, this is actually long lasting on me, and this bottle is everything. Can we talk about that? The scent itself is beautiful. I'm not able to describe it because I actually can't tell what it smells like. I've never smelled anything quite like it. Like, it's definitely strong though, and very nighttime. I would not wear this in a summer heat in like daytime because that's just weird, but this is an amazing scent and I would really recommend it to everybody. At least go smell this, even if you don't want to buy it, just smell it. Okay, so the last perfume that I'm going to talk about is actually the one that I have the most to say about. It's Club de Nuit Intense by Armaf. I'm not the kind of person that usually buys these cheaper fragrances because I feel like they're just not as good in quality. This one though, the reason I bought this is because I saw a video that told me that this actually smells almost identical to Tom Ford's Noir. First of all, we're talking about Tom Ford, which is the most expensive fragrance house that I know of personally. Maybe, you know, there's Creed and like, I don't know, some other perfume houses, but that is like among the top most expensive brands. Also, it's part of their private blend collection, which means that that particular perfume costs $600, and this tiny boy right here is 1,200 rupees. Do you guys see the difference between that? I mean, it's insane. The actual fragrance wise, this is supposed to smell like a mixture of roses and chocolate. I definitely smell the roses. The chocolate is, I think, the depth part of it. It's super deep and almost like really sexy. Like really, really sexy. I feel like this is going to be such a good date night scent. This is one of the sexiest fragrances I own. Like, God, I can't stop smelling it. It's like every time I just put this like one spray on myself because I'm never going out, I keep smelling myself because it's so good. And also this one's a little bit masculine, so if you're not into that, don't buy it. But however, I'm particularly not into masculine scents, as you guys can probably tell from all the fragrances that I own. And this is not a scent that really suits me either, but I love it so much that with this scent I'm actually making an exception. If you guys actually see it in department stores, which I've never seen it, I've just ordered it online, which don't do that. Blind buying is not a good idea. I'm stupid, so I do it. But yeah, if you guys can get your hands on it, definitely give it a whiff because this is amazing. So that is it for my video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and also please don't forget to click that thumbs up and subscribe because I really need it. So thank you so much for watching my video. Bye.